Hello, everyone. I'm Chad. Welcome back. I've been seeing a ton of people want to start a new business, but they don't know where to go. Okay. They have their product idea, but they don't know where to go from there. They're very motivated, but they don't know where to go from there. So, what do? Okay. You need a manufacturer. That's what you do. Manufacturer is good because it's how you move up and scale your business, or it's how you get your business started and get products on the shelf. So, Chad, now that I need a manufacturer, how do I get a manufacturer? All right, well, thanks for asking, because I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. Before we get started, though, one thing to remember: you don't want to go overseas. You do not want to go overseas, because overseas leads to longer delays, bad communication, and bad communication. All right. So just know that local manufacturers give you much more control. That's what you want, is control, especially when you're starting out. You do not want to deal with someone who does not speak English, and is sleeping when you're awake, and when you're sleeping, they're awake. Okay? Super big headache. You want to avoid that. So what do? We go to ChatGPT. I'm on my laptop now. You guys can see my screen, right? First thing we're going to do, give me a list of 5, hear me out here, private label. What is private label? Private label is essentially generic products with your label slapped on it, okay? So your branding slapped on it. Why are we looking for private label? Because places that make private label sometimes offer more customization. That's what we're looking for. Next, you put in your category. My category, skincare. Okay. Give me a list of 5 private label skincare manufacturers. Important, near me. Enter, wait. So it's searching, and here we go. So here's our list. Now, when you see these lists right here, realistically, you can't do all of it in ChatGPT, but you can do the beginning stuff here. So I'm going to skip over one because I've already worked with one. You can watch my other video to see why I'm not working with them anymore. But they were super close to my house, and it was very good because I could just drive over there if there's a problem, or my product's done, drive over there. I don't have to wait. So let's start looking through from number 2 and on. So when you get your results from ChatGPT, you want to go to a new tab, right? And what was it there? Private label labs, okay? Private label labs. You want to make sure you find private label labs, not sponsored, but you want to find it. And now you want to look around their website for a couple specific things. Oh, look, beef tallow on the page right there. You saw that? That's already a good sign. So first thing you want to look for is if they can actually make your product or not. So we're going to kind of glance through the website. We'll look at here. Skincare essentials, right? Products include hydrating serums. That's not me. Facial creams and moisturizers. That is me. So that is the first thing you want to look for. You found it, boom, you're good to go. Next thing you want to look for is a little thing called MOQ. MOQ right here, but we don't want to go there. We want to do Control F, Command F. We want to look for an actual minimum. Okay, and MOQ stands for minimum order quantity. Why is that important, Chad? Why is minimum order quantity important? Because that is how much a manufacturer has to produce, right? So it says here 1,000 to 100,000. So 1,000 units seems like their MOQ. Now, here's where you take a step back and you ask yourself, can my business handle that MOQ? My business for this MOQ at 1,000 is teetering on the line, okay? If a product costs $5 per unit, you can multiply it by their MOQ, you're gonna be paying $5K, all right? Plus sampling. So just keep that in mind. So this is a little bit too much for my business, but I'm not gonna stray away from this yet because a lot of businesses will always want new customers. And if you say you're 200 units, 300 units off their MOQ, I'm sure they can squeeze you in. So it looks like we found one good manufacturer on our first go, but we're missing that MOQ requirement, okay? So we're gonna keep this one in mind. And if we can't find any in the next couple minutes, we're gonna message them and see if they can help us. So now you're gonna keep going through the list and try and find ones that stand out to you. Color Me Pretty Manufacturing sounds like a makeup manufacturer. I'm just gonna skip that one. I'm not even gonna waste my time with it. We're gonna go to GLM Labs Inc. Okay. So you wanna go down here and you wanna search up GLM Labs Inc. Okay, so remember the two things you have to look for. If they can make your specific type of product. So let's kind of go through here. Let's scan. Looks like we got some products down here. So this is perfect. Lotions. My product, if you don't know, is a beef tallow based moisturizer. That is perfect because they make lotions. And a plus, right? Make sure the manufacturer that you look for can take custom formulations, right? This is where you can actually do something with the product. There's going to be private label manufacturers that don't do this. Stick to the ones that have custom formulations, okay? Now we're going to look for MOQ. See if this place will be good for us. And right here, you can see MOQ for custom formulations is 2,000 units per SKU. SKU's individual product. So that is way too high. So for the purpose of this video, we're going to say 1,000 is my target. So we can come back to this website. And I think we're going to get in touch and see if we can get a quote. So it's really as simple as that. You enter in your information, right? Enter specifics, okay? I have a beef tallow based skincare business. I want to produce my signature beef tallow face and body moisturizer. Let me just fix that. Thank you, Grammarly. I have a SOP, and you don't need to have an SOP if you're starting, but it saves you money. Pretty much what that is your secret formula. Your secret formula. And a list of suppliers. What that is, in SpongeBob terms, is your ingredients, okay? Where you get the ingredients from and a list of them. So I have my secret formula, my list of ingredients. That makes it super easy for the manufacturer. I'm looking to produce my product, and I am in Michigan. So it really doesn't have to be too crazy. What's probably going to happen from here, send that over. Right? What's going to happen from here is you're going to get an email back and they're going to ask you to hop on a phone call, right? And that's when you can really dive into the specifics. But that is exactly how I'm getting a manufacturer, right? So now I'm going to talk about, let me turn that off. Now I'm going to talk about why I actually need a manufacturer. So for those of you who don't know, if you didn't watch my last video, my previous manufacturer was unable to continue working with us because we had a very low MOQ. We requested a very low MOQ after we started working with them, and we didn't get the right product that we wanted. Okay, so we got a good sample, but we did not get the final product that we wanted. So that brings us to our new manufacturer, and this is exactly how I found them. Private Label Labs. That's our new manufacturer. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. We're gonna get in contact with them, and in my next coming videos, you'll see more updates from that part of the business. So that's gonna be it for today. Thanks everyone for checking out my video, and subscribe and like, obviously. Yeah, thank you.